And it's not live.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
Spiritual Saturday, as they say.
Yes.
And, okay, so before we jump into our topic, I just want to remind everybody about our fabulous evening with Angus coming up in October,
Very
which
true.
I am so excited about. I can't
We've already
wait.
got sign-ups.
I know, I'm
we
really
already have
excited
sign-ups.
about it.
Oh, my God.
I'm really
starting
excited.
to talk like my husband.
You're that John? No.
It's like, after 48 years, you pick up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's new today?
Well, we still have our art sale going too.
Yes.
So for the remainder of the month of July, if you want any art, 50% off, just make sure you put Happy July in your little coupon code at checkout. So that's what's new right now.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it kind of is. Very cool.
I'm trying to find my notes.
And yeah, so
I'm over here. There.
this is really interesting topic. I always say that, but it's true. It
Yeah.
is interesting, and I have to say that I have never watched The Bachelorette until last night when I came over and Vera's watching a marathon, and she kind of updated me
on what was
on
going
this
on.
whole season and what's been happening. But what's so cool about this
I have to take a sip of my wine cooler.
that looks so refreshing. Very summery. But what's really cool about this topic that I like, even for those
It's
of
really
us,
not wine.
even for those of us that we don't watch The Bachelorette or whatever, it's a great example of one of the things that we want to talk about today, which is how do we reclaim or keep one's own power in a relationship. So, this is a great example, I think, of keeping one's power in a relationship. So, Vera, should we start off with basically the people that we are going to be talking about today? They're in The Bachelorette.
Oh my God. You guys, I even put this on on an audio because I was so upset. And because I'm thinking, okay, I'm not watching the news. I'm decided I'm taking a month off for mental health because I was getting so depressed and full of anxiety.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to feel helpless. I want to be able to do something about it, but...
Yeah. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to watch something that's going to make me laugh. And I decided on The Bachelorette.
Why
I've
not?
seen The Bachelor. I don't think I've ever seen The Bachelorette that I can remember. But I've seen The Bachelor, so I thought, okay, I'll watch this one. Because I keep seeing things on TV about this Luke guy.
Okay.
Okay? And Hannah is the Bachelorette.
Right.
And she, I think there's 21 guys, right?
Starts off with that.
21 guys, and then it seems like she kisses every one of them.
Okay.
Like, not just a kiss, it's like, she didn't. I'm exaggerating. But, oh my God, like, she would kiss, or maybe it's because they put things all together. You know, they edit.
Yeah,
and
editing.
it looks like they're doing it, she's doing it
back to
back.
back.
But she's like making out with these guys, like tongue and everything. And then she's off to the next one. And you think like, okay.
Right.
Did she use mouthwash in between? That's what I realized. I'm old. I am old. And I'm not a prude. But oh my God.
Yeah. I know. It's a different kind
and then
of
these fantasy sweets.
I know.
But you know, I guess you want to try the milk before. How does it go?
I think it's you try the milk, or you buy the milk before the cow or something.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway, she tried milk. Okay, but not with Luke. Luke is a born-again Christian.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
He said that when he was in college, he was a man whore.
Okay.
My words. He said that he explored a lot.
He slept around a lot.
Yeah, and everybody loved him. Everybody loves Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And the women just couldn't get enough of him.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was in the shower and Jesus spoke to him.
Okay.
Okay, but I believe in their religion Jesus is God.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So he's saying that Jesus spoke to him and told him that he had to stop his sinning.
Okay.
I didn't know sex was a sin, but apparently it is.
Yeah, right.
And he decided he was going to just study the Bible, and he has been abstaining from sex, if you believe it. The guy is a con artist. Come on. I am not passionate about this show at all. But since we're talking about it, yeah, so she's down to, all these guys figured him out. Every time they had a one-on-one with Hannah, he would come and say, do you mind if I have to tell her something really important. Can I just have a few minutes? So then he started doing that with all of them.
That's bad.
And then
so he was he was pushing himself on their time with the girl. Okay.
And then he would go back to where the guys were, and they'd start fighting with them. Because they're saying, hey,
that's not cool.
Stop doing that. We don't do that to other guys.
Right.
We each get our time. He goes, well, I had something very important. And they're going, 4 times?
Yeah, right.
You know? And then they get in such a big fight that she gets upset and she won't have a cocktail party. So there's no interaction with anyone else but Luke.
Wow.
Smart guy.
Right.
Not a nice guy, but
yeah, not nice at all.
He's a wily little dude, and I don't want to
manipulative.
Yeah, very much. But and she even did I already say she said that she has a history of picking the wrong guys?
You didn't say that yet.
Okay, but that's what she said out of her own mouth.
Now, the other thing I thought was interesting you said was that whenever he was with the guys alone, also like during a rugby game, didn't you say that he kicked somebody in the head or something?
In the face.
And then it's like, oh well, it's rugby. I mean.
He was trying to get her attention because guys that were making touchdowns and stuff, she would like go over and high five them and she would cheer for them. So then he started being very aggressive. And he was going off. This guy was running and he was trying to catch him, but he went out of bounds so that nobody could hit him. Well, guess what? Luke did. He grabbed him and threw him on the ground, and then as he was walking over him, kicked him in the knee. I mean, he kicked with his knee to the guy's face. And he's going, oh, come on, this is rugby. You know, so the guys are like going, and the guy ran after him and was in his face, and he's like, this is rugby, get over it. You know, so little stuff like that he would do to them, or little ways that he would tell Hannah, you know, this guy never talks about you. All he talks about is his music. You know, the guy that does the guitar. He goes, you know, and I thought, wow, I'm talking about you all the time.
Wow. So he's just like really manipulative.
Yeah, and talks bad about the other guys, you know.
So
and she doesn't see it. He is the only one that she has said that she loved.
See, now that's fascinating to me, because the other thing that you told me, Vera, was that you said that she said he was the one. I can't believe
we're talking about The Bachelorette.
But we're using this as an example.
Yes.
It's not.
There is a lesson to
this. It's not a gossipy thing. It might sound like it at first, but this is a great example of where we're going.
There is
with power in a relationship. So, what I thought was interesting is that you said that that she felt a connection with him more than anybody else, and he's the only one that she said
so
that
far
she
is
loved.
And this was early.
And then he's so manipulative and controlling, I would say.
Well, he started to get controlling.
She doesn't see it, because when I came last night and I was watching what you were talking about when I came over, he was just glaring at her, and I'm like, good God, this guy doesn't even look like a positive person. So, of course, I'm thinking, because of what we're always talking about, I'm like, does this guy and Hannah, Luke and Hannah, have a past life together where he was just so controlling?
3.
Okay, now this is what we want to know. So, we want to hear about the...
Well, yeah, 3.
And because she wasn't seeing any of it.
No, because he's all sweet and nice to her.
Yeah, and then
but
as soon as she's not looking, he's acting like a...
And with the guys, he would, like, sit and do... You know, like when you're young and you do stare-offs? Have you ever done that?
Oh, but
and the one that looks away is the weak one? Well, he was doing that with this one guy, and the guy's looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? And he would start laughing, and he was just going like this. like he was wanting to hit him.
Even when we were watching it last night, he had his fist
and it was
clenched
with her
when she was talking. You guys, she was
bad.
expressing herself, and he had his fist clenched. And it looked like if there wasn't going to be a camera crew, because she was basically telling him off, getting ahead of the story. But
that's all right.
It looked like he would have hit her. I'm not joking. I mean, this guy looks really controlling. And that's why I really wanted to know what you were getting about this.
Yeah. Well, I'm not only going to talk about the most current past life that's affecting, they all do, but this one more so than any of the others. But they were... I get like Savannah, Georgia, but I don't know if her name was Savannah and she lived in Georgia. But I'm getting Savannah, Georgia.
Close enough.
So they had a life there, and I mean, it was the Deep South, right? Is it Deep South, Georgia?
I think so.
Well, it's not deep, it's kind of deep.
It's south.
Yeah, south. And he was very wealthy.
Okay.
Of course. Isn't it usually that way? And then it was all peaches and cream at the beginning. And then slowly he cut her off from her family. He cut her off from her friends. And even when she was with her, still talking to her family and friends, he was hitting her. He was berating her. She was like, when her friends would talk to her or parents would talk to her, they were saying, you're not yourself. You're not who you used to be. Because she had the kind of same personality she has in this one. Where she's all excited and
she's happy.
Yeah, and
positive.
really, she said that she's an introvert, and it's possible. But in the past life, in the Georgia life, she was an extrovert. She was always having dinner parties and stuff like that. And even if it was really horrible with him, she would pretend, and be gracious. And even though he would say things to her in front of people, she just sucked it up and just. Because she knew if she didn't, he was going to beat her. Yeah. So this is what she was going to have again. If he didn't,
You guys,
he needs anger management or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or if this was just for the camera, I don't know. But it looked real.
I don't think it was just for the camera.
No. I mean, a lot of it is.
But look at the body language. If you guys you watch, you'll see the body
Plus,
language.
you know what I noticed, though? They keep these people drunk. They are drinking throughout the whole show. So of course you're going to have drama when people are drinking. And then they have a bunch of men, fighting over, well, not fighting, but
Right.
I mean, he was
Well,
fighting.
what I like about this is that it's a perfect example because in the show last night that we were watching.
And he broke her in this Savannah past life. She was just nothing, there was nothing there.
And nothing left.
No. He just took it all out of her. So I'm thinking the cell memory from the beginning part of it and how, she was attracted to him at the beginning.
Right.
I think that those and the pheromones and the cell memory and all that drew her into him.
Right.
Because it's comfortable, right?
Well, yeah, it's because when you've had a past life with somebody, you don't know if it's positive or negative. I had that attraction to someone that we had a past life with before, that I had a past life with many past lives with him. I didn't know it was negative. It feels so like a fireworks.
When guys were telling her, she's like, I'm sorry, I see the goodness in him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Until, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because it's already out there, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. So it could have been that, but what was so awesome about this last episode was that he was questioning her about sleeping with, having premarital sex, basically, right?
Well, what he told the producers first, and you didn't hear this, because this was in the earlier ones, he said, when it was just the one-on-one camera, he said he wasn't going to go into the fantasy suite, and he knew Hannah believed the same way he did, so that he didn't have to worry about her going to the fantasy suite with the other guys, because they were on the same page.
Okay. All right. Well, that didn't work out, so that in the episode, he was really drilling her on this and was saying that I'm going to walk away right now. I'm not interested in you if you slept with somebody else.
Because they had a one-on-one date.
Right.
So they were going to have the opportunity to do the fantasy suite.
Right.
Okay. So he was telling her, okay, let's talk about sex. And then she's like, okay, because because she's already had sex with 3 other guys. I'm exaggerating, it was 2. It might be 3 because she had 4 guys. So, and then he was going like, I know you were on the, I just want to know that we're on the same page. I want to hear it from your mouth. I know that we're on it, but I want to hear it from you. And he's saying, because, if I knew that you were having sex with the guys here, and, he goes, I'd be out of here.
Right. But it was really actually really awesome because...
Mm-hmm. And she was just going like...
Because...
She was fit to be tied.
If you listen to the whole conversation, what happens is in it, she
let him talk.
Yeah, she did.
She let him...
I mean, yeah,
he couldn't get out... Because he's good at getting out of stuff. He goes, you're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that. And they'd show a clip and he said it.
Right.
So he was trying to do that to her. And she just let him talk. Mm-hmm. So he was digging his own grave. As the more he talked, the deeper it went.
I liked that she really, and this is the point to this video, is that she really kept her power.
That's what I love.
She got it. Because she really called him on the fact that she felt that he was judging her.
Mm-hmm. He was slut-shaming her.
Yeah, he was. And he was judging her, and it was really great that she used an example that he would listen to.
It was perfect.
About Jesus defending
a lady that was being stoned.
Yes, a woman that was being stoned by saying, though that person who cast the first stone be without sin, or I don't know exactly how he said it. And then she goes, I feel like you're the guy with the first stone.
And it's right here.
Right.
Getting ready to throw it.
And she made him leave, and he kept saying all this stuff.
He goes, can I speak? And she goes, no. When it was her turn, she goes, no. There is nothing more you can say. And he wouldn't get up. Finally, he got up, and then she said, no, keep walking. No. Yeah, and then he goes, you owe me.
Yes.
A second to explain myself. And she went ballistic.
I'm really proud of her.
Yeah, because she goes, I don't owe you anything, because you're not my husband. You don't own my body. I shouldn't say own my body, but pretty much. You
guys, isn't that a great...
She did it.
That a great
she did it in this
story?
Life. Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
I am, too.
Because of what you just explained about that past life, how in this life, she was able to not succumb to what happened before and keep her own power. She did it in this time.
Because even the guys, when they had the dates at home, because there's 4 left.
Oh, she goes to meet the family. Is what you mean. Okay.
And then she meets Luke's family and friends, and they're telling her, oh, he's a wonderful guy.
So she liked them the most, you felt?
Oh, she's thought, and she was happier than anything in getting ready to go on their date and all that, their one-on-one date. And she even told this one guy, the musician guy, when he told her, when you had trouble picking between me and Luke, you chose Luke, or you had trouble.
And he's like, how could you put me on the same level as this guy?
He goes, I can't
pitching
get it.
A fit every time you have a
So she
party.
felt judged too.
Right. But it was way different.
Oh, very different. But she still felt like, well, you don't have enough confidence in me to make the right decisions. She goes, but they've seen her make the wrong decision every time.
Right.
But she had to figure it out for herself.
And
guys, I know girls know this, women, they want to fix things.
Right.
And they see her not fixing it.
Right.
So they're wanting to protect her and wanting to fix it. And it's just annoying the hell out of her.
Right.
She's like, give me that courtesy, or at least faith that I'm able to make my own judgments. Yeah. Because she really thought they were full of shit. She really did. Until she saw it for herself, and then she just went, oh my God.
She's like, they were right. Well, she could
and then when he left,
it was like this veil just came down for her.
She was like not having it, and and then before he got on because when they went on the one-on-one, not a date, but when they went to meet his friends, they all prayed together, and she was so excited, she was so happy, and then whenever he was leaving, he didn't want to get in the whatever that limo thing, and he's going, well, can I at least pray? He goes, can I pray over you
before I go?
Domination. And she's, no, you cannot pray over me.
Yeah, he was trying to control her.
Yeah. And can you imagine what he would have said?
Oh, yeah, please forgive her sinning or something.
Yeah.
Who knows what.
And then she also told him, she goes, well, pride is a sin too.
She did good.
Yeah, she did really good.
And I know, because of the preview, she's not done because he's coming back. So let's hope, for her sake, that she keeps that strength going and he doesn't weasel his way back in.
So, I think there should have been 3 people going, maybe. I don't watch the because then if she had to make a choice between the musician and Luke, and then she went on 4 dates.
Right.
She met 4 families. I don't know, maybe they were supposed to only do 3, because she was supposed to pick between the musician and Luke. And they were all at the family thing. So I think she couldn't make a decision, so she kept them both.
Right.
I believe. I'm not sure. Or unless they always have 4. But why would she have that conundrum where she had to walk away to decide who she wanted?
Right.
And then she couldn't decide.
Yeah, right.
And I think by that time I was like done with it.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that she did that. But anyway, that's what she finally did, what she needed to do to get, that past life rectified to the way she regained her power.
Right.
I love that part.
Yeah, me too. I love it because I think that it's obvious. So many of us have relationships where we give our power away. I know that I have in my life.
I have.
And I have taken a while to find my own strength to not give my power away. Because in the situation with this one boyfriend, I really felt like I was losing myself in this relationship. And how you explained her past life with that guy, how little by little he was just, that's how I felt. Little by little, I felt like killed off or something. And I think so many of us go through that in our own personal lives. And what is so awesome about what can be so awesome about reality TV like this is that it gives the world, in this case, an example play out of how, especially for women, to keep our own power.
See?
But not just women.
Agree.
It's men too.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
I was looking over some old research yesterday, and
she didn't even know we were going to talk about
I didn't even know we were going to talk about it. It's just something that I wanted to bring up. That there was this message, this concern, for lack of a better term, from Father God, that he was concerned about how females have a tendency to give their power away to males. And it's not anything saying bad about males, because obviously males can give their power away to females too. It just happens to be that's what.
It's kind of lopsided though. I think more women.
Think so too.
But maybe because we're women and that's what we think. Men might say this different thing.
And along with that research, they were saying
I have a question, and I know people are going to bring this up, especially atheists. Then why did God make that weakness in women?
I don't think it's a weakness. I think it is a strength that
is dormant.
It is our strength. You know that old saying about how our strength lies in our greatest weakness, our greatest strength lies in our greatest weakness, or what have you. But I really believe that, because when we go through something that's meant to test something like that, it comes out. Our strength.
When you have weakness, there lies your strength sleeping.
Yes, exactly. So our great strength will rise out of the ash of whatever it is. It's like that phoenix symbol that whatever killed us before, it's like it can't kill us now.
You know this is hard for her because she's still in love with him.
Right.
Even though she knows that she can't be with him, I know she's still in love. She's mad at him, obviously, because she flipped him off as he was leaving the car. But yeah, but you could tell, I mean, she can't stop those emotions. Once that anger subsides, she's going to think about all the good stuff, because that's what we do.
Right. And this is really fascinating, too, because I was just listening to a session.
And what she likes is that he goes after her. She likes that hunt.
Yeah, but that can also be possessive.
Very
control.
much. Yeah.
What I wanted to say too. Oh no, I forgot. Angus.
Did you forgot?
I'm trying to
I
remember.
always forget.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll remember later. But God, you just said something that reminded me of something Angus said too from a session. I don't remember.
About your strength?
No, it was something
about women
else. Well, I don't remember, but maybe it'll come back to me later. Okay. Anyway, but along with the research from that message from Father God was that when a female or when somebody gives their power away, because they also said males can do it too, to the other person in a relationship, it's giving them, they are the ones that are almost in an omnipotent type of intellect or control in the relationship, and the other person is in pure emotion, which to me, what that would sound like is, take the example of Luke and Hannah. And
even if it's fake, it's still a story. It's still something that you learn from.
It's a story that you can use. Example, right. He's saying that he was determining her virtue by what she's done, or her quality. He's
was a
determining that, right,
in college.
So he's saying he's taking control. This is just an example, right? He's taking control of how she views herself. Now she has to buy into that, and if she does buy into it, then he's the one who's like almost in the pure intellect, and then she's in the fear of, oh my God, I'm a bad person, or I'm this or that, and then she's in the pure emotion of the fear, and that's that lopsided thing that happens. So the other aspect of that research was like, okay, well, how do we fix that? Because one thing I almost forgot too is that male to the extreme, they said, is controlling and dominating, and feminine to the extreme is conniving and insidious.
So they work hand in hand. All four of those things, yeah.
And I thought, when I heard that, I think that female to the, or feminine to the extreme is worse because of insidiousness, but that's not necessarily true, because I started thinking about my father, and the complete domination and control was like, even everything that I thought, it had to be, it was like everything that I even thought
had to be what he thought.
Yes, exactly.
Or that he would approve of.
Controlling even and dominating everything, even my own.
Well, that's what this guy did to the whole house. He dominated, and these guys were like going, you can't see what he's doing?
Yeah, and see, with that, like for my example, that control and every dominating thing is programming. It's the programming that we have to pull ourselves out of in our life. That's really hard.
She
when
was
it's
good
ingrained.
Too. She should be a lawyer, because she allowed him, the questions that she was asking made him not be able to go back and say, that's not what I meant, because she kept telling him to explain himself.
And that's where I think it's because her soul was able to take what she lived in her past lives, a cell memory inside, and apply it to
yeah,
now.
It hit her quick whenever he did that. She was like, oh my God. And then at that point, they still hadn't gotten to the car yet. And whenever he wouldn't get in the car, she goes, well, I know a way that you'll get in the car.
Yeah.
And then he just looked at her and she goes, I have had sex.
Right.
In a windmill.
Yeah.
And he just said, he went, say what? And that's when he just put his head down and he just kept staring at the ground. And then finally he came up and he was just like...
That's when he had his... Yeah, it looked... Oh my God, you guys. Seriously.
It was
looked
his
like he was,
meat of his hand.
He was going to hit her if there was no camera crew. It looked like it.
Or something.
Something. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
body language,
we don't know what he would do.
It just looked like it. Doesn't take a rocket scientist for that one. Yeah. But anyway, so I just wanted to tell everybody, along with the research, what the solution is to help keep one's power is, or the thought process that we want to have is, I wrote it down.
But like when go ahead, no, go.
Okay, the roles should be, I am an entity unto myself. you are an entity under yourself, and I respect what entity you are. And then you're saying, respect me.
She kept saying that through the whole thing.
And I have a really important thing I want to share with you guys that happened to me in my own life.
Okay.
This happened with my father.
Okay.
And I didn't know about this, but this is when I was reclaiming my power over myself with him. And he was trying to put a banana. He's putting a banana in my face. He goes, "Here, put it in your mouth," or something like that, right? Being real. And I had it, and I said, I thought about it, and I called him as soon as he got home, and I said, you know what, I talk to you with respect when I talk to you, right? And he goes, yes. And I go, well, if you're going to talk to me, then talk to me with respect, or don't talk to me. And
he took it, huh?
Oh, he did. He goes, okay. But he was surprised. Mm-hmm. But you guys, I can't tell you how good it felt to really just have that expression. And it feels like when reclaiming our own power in a relationship, whether it's with the person.
Look at the cell memory.
What's happening?
Next getting red.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It feels so good because I felt like I'm never going to allow anyone to make me hide my light under a bushel basket
That's
again.
Right.
And I just wanted to share.
Can we say amen around here?
Amen.
I've been watching RuPaul too.
So Vera, was there something that you were going to say about, you said you were going to tell us a minute ago. Do you remember? Because I forgot too. Yeah, what I was going to say before.
But I always forget. You never forget.
But
that's why I didn't want to be too excited that you forgot. But because people probably think, oh, that's mean. But it's like she never forgets. I'm so excited about that.
And I just wanted to show real quick on the way out. This is the Dominion Angel for Strength. She's the angel who helps us with our strength and cell memory to apply what we've learned in past life lessons to now. And this is the angel that I was thinking of when you talked about Hannah and helping her Hannah to remember what she lived before and apply it to now. And just get that epiphany and say, oh, hit the road. So hopefully she'll keep that strength.
We should send it to her.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
And say, go girl.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to really thank you guys for.
Well, we can't say that until after the last episode.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
If she picks him, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I hope not. But this is a really important topic to me, and I'm really, really glad that we were able to talk about this today. So, we love you guys. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell our friends? Oh God, Vera. Remember last week what we saw when we walked into Chili's? Okay, you guys, this is the validation testimony that I want to give to you for what you picked up for that gal last week about her past life as an Aztec. And right after we finished this video, we go walking over to, not walking over to, but we walked into Chili's to have lunch. You want to tell?
Coming out were two girls that had Aztec across their t-shirt because they were on a soccer team or something.
Yeah. What a validation for what you just got.
I'm like, Chrissy!
Viewer.
And she's going, what?
Yeah. I didn't see that. I didn't even see it. But then after you said it, then I looked.
I'm a cop's daughter. I notice everything.
Yeah, that's
I keep
right.
putting ink all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Right.
That was cool.
It was cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
See the things that happen when we get together is really cool. All right. We love you guys. And that's a message coming for everybody too. See you next week.